Absolute cinema is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. I am so overwhelmingly excited for this episode, you have no idea. Welcome back to the channel. We are watching Frieren Beyond Journey's End episode 9. This is going to be my reaction. Last week's episode was so fire, and then they start the episode off with this shit, this scene. Aura farming to the nth degree with Frieren literally saying to the demon before killing him, hey, I'm stronger than you, I'm stronger than the horse you rode in on, and I'm stronger than your boss. So much so that I'm gonna two-piece you. I'm gonna let my freaking apprentices, right? I'm gonna let my warrior and mage in training take care of your boss and his lackey, and I'm gonna take it directly to this girl, directly to Aura, right? She's gonna be farming Aura right now, off of Aura and her entire army, 1v like 10,000. It's gonna be like the demon girl and her entire like armor, like suit of armor knights or suit of armor army. And yeah, last episode was so freaking good. I love the dynamic of the demons. I love their place in the world. I love the feud that is seemingly kind of going on between demons and humans, demons and elves. We learned a lot about the demon race. We learned a lot about the elven race. Seemingly that, you know, the elves are short in number. We haven't seen one, or Frieren hasn't seen one in the last 400 years. Their numbers are dwindling. They're damn near extinct. And then we have the demons who are kind of resurging, coming back into power after Himmel and his party took out the Demon King 80 years ago. And with Aura in particular coming back into power 28 years ago, which is surprisingly the same amount of years that it's been since Himmel the hero has been dead. So she started coming back into power after realizing, probably hearing in the winds, like, oh, the hero that finessed me and my entire squad is gone. Guess it's time for me to come back into power. And I feel like we're going to get an absolute massacre. We also got some lore on Flame, the legendary mage, protecting these settlements of humanity with like these barriers that she like sowed the seeds of life like 1,000 years ago, and now the barrier and the magic is still protecting these settlements to this day, where we had Graf kind of having knowledge of these barriers that are protecting humans from the demons. Do not be like me, Graf, okay? Do not trust these bastards. I already know he doesn't trust them, right? They killed his son. He's, you know, kind of caught up in it right now with the demons that are holding him hostage. Shout out to FERN and to Stark. I love how cute they are together as like a couple potentially for the show in the future. That's just my own personal feelings of them two as characters, but also they work really well together in a party, right? Like you had Stark that was kind of on the offensive. You had FERN that is leveling up. She's kind of becoming like a human level Frieren. Like, Frieren is teaching her a lot about magic. She's actually able to use Zoltrok, which is basically like a demon killing ability. So we got some lore that not only did they finesse and like nerf Qual's ability to the point where it's no longer this massive threat, but it's kind of been turned on the demons. A spell that was utilized to kill humans is now exclusively being used to kill demons. And so there's a lot of like really cool world building in regards to that. And again, that goes back to Flame's you know, founding of human magic, and Frieren teaching FERN that ability as well, and kind of having that being an understanding ever since we got Qual introduced. So I feel like it's like a Chekhov's gun. We got Zoltrok a few episodes ago, and then we get more information on that ability on a deeper level for like humanity and magic as a whole against the demons. So loved the last couple of episodes. This little demon arc right now is like everything that I'm hoping and wanting, and really eager to see how it kind of concludes. And I feel like Aura's gonna get completely Aura farmed by Frieren in this episode, based solely on the fact that she pulled up by herself, knowing that, and she has so much trust and believability, and like just kind of like she just genuinely trusts in the ability of Stark and Frieren, even though they're not at her level. For humans, they're stronger and better than most. So I am so excited. I apologize for yapping. I have so much that I want to say more, but we'll leave that for the post discussion. I really hope you guys enjoyed my last episode reaction, and this might be the third act, right? The 2 episodes ago, we got introduced to this situation. Last episode, things were popping off. This episode, I feel like Frieren is going to completely eviscerate everyone, and then we just move on, you know, just another stop in our 10-year journey, you know what I mean? So I really love the show so far. I'm really eager and excited to see how things evolve and how things develop as time goes on. Thank you all so much for leaving your comments and supporting these videos on YouTube, as well as early access on Patreon. You guys can get 1 to 2 week early access over on my Patreon if you guys want upcoming episodes or following episodes as soon as possible. But with all of that said, gamers, thank you so much for watching. As always, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. And without further ado, let us begin. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be starting with Frieren Beyond Journey's End with episode 9. I hope you guys enjoy. Again, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. We did skip the intro. There was no like pre-intro content. We're just jumping in immediately how the last episode ended. So let us start this in 3, 2, 1, now. Let's go! So no Frieren! This shit is so hype! Wow. There she is, Aura the Guillotine. You're about to get aura farmed by this absolute slayer. Yeah, there it is. So no Frieren. Oh my god. One of the geniuses I despise. Oh my god. Episode 9, Aura the Guillotine. Holy moly. Okay, where's Fern and Stark? Are they okay? Oh, okay. Graph is good too. Nice. Damn, Frieren was probably like, stay back. I don't want you guys getting involved with what I'm about to do. Nice. Good job for these two. They put in work last episode. Wow, Stark has some damage too. My god. Let's go! Hell yeah. I mean, clearly they weren't doing anything wrong anyway. Good stuff. I'm sure Frieren doesn't mind that. She's like, you know what? I'm trying to just kill these demons. Frieren the Slayer, the elven mage who adventured with the hero. Yep, that's another thing too. I'm shocked that he like arrested her and kind of overlooked her reputation. When this town was attacked by demons during my grandfather's rule. Yeah, so that would have been 80 years ago at least. Holy shit! Dude, that army looks sick! It was Aura. Okay, so she faced them 80 years ago. Oh my god, 80 years! Oh my days, this is so fucking cool. Oh my god, this is hype as hell. I wonder if these are the knights, or like the suits of armor are from warriors past that fought against her and her original like demon squad. Like I'm curious where all of these suits of armor came from, but I think they kind of look like the same armor from like the soldiers in the city. So I wonder if these are just the remnants of the soldiers that fought against her in the past, and then they're like reanimated and she's controlling them somehow. That's so crazy. Okay. Damn, she's tiny too. Another demon. Oh! Oh my god! Is she really gonna fight all of them? Oh my god! That was quick! Holy shit, Frieren's about to level up right now. I haven't seen shit right now. I haven't seen anything yet. You have more puppets than before. Demon magic must be unbelievably powerful to... Oh, wow. So she is puppeteering all of them. Humanity's magic never is the dream of reaching those heights. But your magic couldn't be more disgusting. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, you're a demon. She doesn't give a shit about you. Oh, what's that necklace? They're all wearing necklace. Wait, that's the same necklace as Graph. Is that his son's armor? I recognize some of the suits. It seems I must kill you here after all. Wow, the scale of obedience. It's the reason I haven't been able to defeat Aura all this time. Her power allows her to force others to obey her will. Wow. And that's basically what it was. That one suit of armor had the same necklace as him, so I'm wondering if that's his son, because he said the only thing that came back was his sword. Aura places whoa! Aura places her own soul and that of her targets on the scale and weighs the magnitude of their aura. The one with greater aura gains control. Holy shit. Wow. Oh, the sword. Wow. So she has to hope that she's stronger than her opponent. If she puts the scale with her and Frieren, she's cooked. Hasn't happened once in the last 500 years since Aura became the Sage of Destruction. I don't, unless she thinks she's actually stronger than Frieren. But Frieren's like, I can clear her. So I don't think that'll happen. Is that his son? Those whose powerful will could temporarily resist the spell. It is! Wow. I think that was his son, because the sword and the necklace or the guillotine dealt with them in the most logical way after gaining control. Probably killed them. Holy, because all of these soldiers, all of these armor suits are empty. Oh my god, yo, you need a haircut? Wow, this is so intricate. This is intense. For her, like, this is a sage, one of the 7. Oh! Holy shit. Did she just dispel with her aura? Yo, that's crazy. Okay, so she basically overwrote. Wow. Frieren, how strong are you? She can't do this with all of them, I don't think. I love how the deadpan face she's giving. The last time we fought, you blew them away with flashy spells left and right. Wow. Oh my god. Holy shit. She's like, I can't do that because Himmel would not approve. Of course, he died 28 years ago. You demons are monsters after all. I can kill you without mercy. Good. Jesus. She's like, no conscience with me right now. You're making it all the easier to just body you. Do you think the demons will just leave? No, Frieren's gonna clear. You're good. Whoa. Well, I mean, yeah, these other ones are in here. I completely forgot. If we kept fighting, we might have been the ones killed. Yeah, I mean, live to fight another day, my boy. FERN, stop this man. Let's do our best together. No, come on, dude. You need FERN. I'm sorry, my boy. You can't 1v2. Oh, shit. This is intense. Oh! Oh my god. I thought he was gonna go fight the demons by himself. Oh man. Brother, Frieren's got this, my boy. That is so funny. That was so unexpected. I'm heading straight out of town. I don't think so. I think that only you'll get in the way. Like, honestly, I think he'll just get in the way and he'll be collateral. Damn. I wonder if FERN knows, is there healing spells in this world? I assume there would be. I've never seen a warrior walk around town with 2 bloody hands. Yeah, I was gonna say, you're both covered in blood. Yeah. Oh! Wait, is that? That's not her, is it? Whoa! Oh, they could probably smell the blood, maybe. Yeah, the scent. Oh, that's right. In the last... Oh, fuck! I just remembered. In the last episode, he was like, oh, I have their blood is on them. My blood's on them, so... Oh, my fucking god. Oh, my god. I completely forgot about that. What the hell? She's using the same weapon? Wait, is she a mimic? Okay, this is not good. They're on the offensive now. Hold on. Is FERN also secretly a monster? Because you didn't detect our approach. Maybe she knew? Okay, bro, you're talking too much. I feel like you're gonna get bodied. That's like antagonist lesson 101. Bro's yapping. Yeah. Bro, he's yapping right now. Since I failed to kill you instantly, I thought I'd ask you some questions. She's got this. Look at her. She's so fucking stone-faced. She's like, tell me all your questions and then I'll kill you. One of the heroes. Poor boy. Okay. Oh. I wonder what the grudge is. Unless If she holds a powerful grudge against demons enough to teach her own student a spell purely for killing demons, unless demons are also responsible for like the decline of elves, right? Because like I can only assume that like humans aside, demons and elves are long-living species. They both have 2 levels of magic to them. And so it almost feels like they're like mortal enemies, like demons and elves, based on this relationship between FERN. I'm sorry, the relationship between Frieren and these demons in general, the ones that we've seen, and like her attitude towards them. So it might not just be the fact that they don't have like reproductive instincts and they don't have like romantic feelings, or they don't know how to express romantic feelings, you know, to reproduce and stuff like that. It also just might be the fact that they might be being hunted by the demons, or they're just like a natural enemy to them, or maybe the demons outnumber the elves. That's the only other thing I can think of, because humans are definitely not a threat to elves or demons. So if anything, I don't expect the elves to be like an apex predator, right? If anything, I would think that it would be the demons, especially the 7 sages, the demon king, and the fact that they needed 2 humans, a dwarf and an elf, to take it down. So yeah, that's all I can think of, because I don't know what this grudge would be otherwise. Again, I don't know much about Frieren's past, other than, especially since she learned under a human instead of an elf. That's interesting too. Someone like that wouldn't run. Nope. How has he not put it together yet? Oh! Holy shits! FERN, you are freaking legendary! She's so freaking cool. This is intense. Damn! Interesting. Prideful and arrogant? Those are typically human traits. That's why you granted me an opportunity. Wow. Oh! Holy fuck. Bro, this is insane. What are they gonna do? I feel like they could both kill each other. Oh, another flashback. Aw, am I useful? Are you kidding me? You're great. You can't compare yourself to Frieren. She's on a different level. She's lived longer. Yeah, exactly. You'll never catch up to her in your lifetime. Oh my god. Battles end quicker when you fight because you fire off spells faster than I do. Oh my god. Himmel would like to have a word with you. Okay, I've dedicated the majority of my life to this pursuit of magic, yet you just use blood magic. Ooh, whose magic is stronger? The human or the demon? Holy shit. You could hear the pin drop. Oh! Yo! FERN! This is crazy! She's actually cracked too! Look at her demeanor! She literally looks like Frieren right now! Oh my god! She's like, another genius! I fucking hate geniuses! Oh my god, this is so cool. Bro. Whoa. Bro's actually a bloodbender. This is crazy. I'm excited for this fight. Like, that's a magic spellcaster fight. Get that shit out of here. I love me a good, like, melee versus melee, even though Stark is kind of looking rough. Shit. Oh. Come on, come on. You got this! I wonder if she fought. I wonder if she... Dude, this... FERN, you're cracked! Bro, FERN is the truth! Dude, what? Dude, the animation! I've been waiting for this! Holy cow. Okay, first I'm gonna say a prayer to this guy. Damn, this guy's literally coping right now. He's like, I'm stronger than her. I'm better than her. She's faster, though. I'm being overwhelmed by the... Dude, effortless. This is child's play. Bro, what are these characters? How the hell are these characters... Like, Have we been deceived all the way up to this point? We've never seen them actually like fight for their goddamn lives. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, but this is just Fern, the cutesy girl that likes, you know, she likes sweets and, you know, she likes to help out Frieren in the morning and all that stuff with her cutesy like little pouts and all of that. And I'm like, bro, what the hell is, she's like a monster. This is crazy. Like seeing a completely different side of them. This is so cool. Oh, the music is great too. A battle of attrition? No. Dude, she's efficient. Look at this. This is nothing. Fern, what happened? Who hurt you? Wow, look at that. He's like, I need help. Yeah, I wonder if she fought against Ison. Because, like, she has the same fighting style, apparently. He's refusing to do... Oh, and he's running. Delaying her assistance. Bro, this is so cool. Whoa! Holy fuck. How's that even possible? Dude, she just... On a dime, she switched. How the hell is this? Can she mimic? Whoa! Bro, this is crazy. That is so cool, but like... This is so cool. I think I like this fight a bit more just because of the... Bro, holy fuck. She's just throwing shit and moving around. Dude, this is... I love this. I love the melee combat way more. And she studied him. Read his ass like a book. I was gonna... Wow. Bro, she literally just fucking copied Ison's technique from back then and has just been pocketing it for this moment. That is crazy. And that was him, I think, in his prime, too. And look at that. Now you're fighting this is like a mirror match, then. This is like a mirror match of master and apprentice. You gotta beat your master right now. Yep. There it is. You're fighting your master. No. Are you fucking kidding? Bro, what the? This is insane. Hold on, I need a minute. I'm like overwhelmed right now. Like I'm literally just like, what the fuck is happening? This is so much fire I was not expecting. I need him to slow the fuck down. The fact that this demon has the ability to just look at something, copy it, and utilize it to its full potential. Super cool ability. I feel like I've seen that a lot in anime. Like a copycat, like Kakashi, for example, like a copycat ninja, or like Kisei from Kuroko no Basket, just being able to copy someone's like basketball techniques and stuff like that. This is cool from like a fighting combat perspective. I don't think I've really seen this in combat, and at least Naruto, it's not exactly the same way. But this is so freaking cool. I'm having so much fun watching this. I'm not happy about, like, Stark's taking his lumps. I will say that. Fern's having a field day right now. She's in her bag. Ah, shit. That does not look good. No fucking shot. First off, if you were a real demon, you would have, like, hit him again just to make sure he's dead. But that's what happens when you look down on him. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, just like Frieren and FERN. It's like, I outscale you. Wow. Yep. Ooh, hold on. Some knowledge. Keep getting back up and hitting them. Yes, that's why I love warriors, man. Mages, y'all are in a different league, but I just love how strength comes from within, from the self. You got to keep getting up. You got to feel those hits. You got to dish them back. And she's getting pissed. I'm still standing. Hell yeah. God, this is so cool. His blows might be heavier, but yours are swifter. That's another thing too. All she's doing is copying. It's not like true to Ison. Anyone can copy, but you can't copy authenticity. And then Frieren's off in the freaking plains fighting her own battle. Everyone's getting their 1v1. Oh! Holy shit! Bro, wait, no, he's gonna take the hit! Oh! Oh, wow! He was like, you would have killed me if you were my master. Oh my god. 07s. Holy shit. Ah, you fucked up, buddy. You're dead too. Oh my god, that's such an epic shot. Ugh. Bro, you are literally Frieren 2.0. No fucking way! There's no fucking way that episode passed. There is no fucking way that that's the episode. Bro. Oh my god. They debated the hell out of me. I thought we were gonna get a back and forth. I was waiting for them to go back to Frieren, but that was literally a Stark and FERN aura farming session. Wow, dude. This show is so fucking cool. Such a good sequence. Such a great episode. I thought I knew these characters. I'll tell you that right now. The fact that we've just been getting the journey and the you know, the minor inconveniences along the way, you know, the dragon and, you know, the forest area, the illusionary magic, stuff like that, like minor shit. I feel like this is actually just like a small scale version of what we're actually going to get as the show continues with the other elves. And, you know, as we're going through, I don't know if there's another Demon King in this era or if we're just going to eventually take out or confront these different, if we're going to confront these different sages of destruction. I don't know if there's how many there are that are still in existence or still around. This was the shit that I've been talking about since, I think, the first handful of episodes. Like, when we got, like, like, when we were first seeing the instances of, like, defensive magic and offensive magic. I think the situation with Qual was, like, the instance where I was like, okay, I want to see combat. I want to see action sequences. I was not expecting, or even more so, I didn't think that FERN and Stark were at this level. I still felt like they were in their, like, introductory student phase. Like, oh, I'm still learning the ropes. You know, I can fend for myself, but I'm not as strong as Frieren. You know, I can't deal with these crazy demons with their ancient magic and all this other crazy stuff. I was incredibly out of my depth and out of my element of understanding how these characters actually function. Even Stark's been going through it. He's been leveling up and training for the last 3 years. And so the dragon was cool, like the flare and the dodging and all that, but he one-shotted that thing. That still didn't give me like a proper sense of scale in terms of like what he's capable of on the battlefield. And in the last episode, I kind of feel bad that I was talking down on him because I was like, bro, you're a human. You know what I mean? Like, props to you for how far you're able to be as a human who doesn't use spells and magic, but I felt like he was just going to get completely eviscerated by the demons. And maybe the matchup would have been different if he went up against the boy who had the wires, or if he went up against Lord LUGNER instead of this like copycat chick. But I think the matchup worked out way more for him. He ate the hit and dished it back because, again, you can copy someone, but you can't imitate authenticity, right? Like, and yeah, if he was actually fighting his master, he wouldn't win. So he has the smarts too to kind of be able to size up his opponent in a really cool way. This was actually like way better than the last episode. And then Frieren created a mini monster, a duplicate human version of herself, and she's just like firing away. She has the same cold, cool, collected eyes that Frieren had looking at the demons. And I don't know if she's kind of like inherited Frieren's style, Frieren's technique, if she's inherited something of her master where like Frieren has a grudge and she despises demons, maybe because they have something to do with her race going extinct. But Like, FERN is kind of like carrying that torch, like, hey, demons are also a threat to me and people like me. And if we don't stop you, you're going to kill us, you're going to kill the Frieren, and you're going to kill everyone here, and nothing, you know, our journey ends, and, you know, obviously we can't die to them. This was spectacular. I feel so exhausted right now. That was so freaking cool. And they freaking cucked us on Frieren. Like, I thought we were going to get Frieren and Aura this episode, which they kind of gave us a tease. So I'm expecting next week. We just got Stark and FERN Aura farming, right? They just kind of popped off. They both got a dub. And now I think they're just going to kind of recoup. Maybe they'll try to reach out to Frieren, but I feel like getting in Frieren's way is not good, given the fact that she has, like, no regrets, and she has no sympathy. She has no conscience to fighting these demons, and I think she's going to go all out, and maybe it's a good thing that her proteges don't see what she's about to do to this demon. So, yeah, this is incredible. I absolutely love this episode. I'm going to go back, rewatch it. We have a lot to talk about in the post-discussion. This was awesome. I love anime so much, dude. This was such a spectacular episode. I actually rewatched it. This is one of the few episodes that, like, usually I'll kind of skim through the episodes, get my mind together, kind of organize my thoughts, and then do the post-discussion. I actually rewatched the episode from start to finish, and I wrote down a couple of notes here so I can kind of keep my mind and my thoughts on track. Holy shit. If things get better than what this episode delivered, I can't even imagine that. The fact that they gave us so much, and I feel like I was just kind of popping off the entire episode. Like, I was trying to be I was trying to give commentary. I was trying to kind of provide my thoughts in a, you know, coherent way, but I feel like every 2 seconds I was just blown away by the spectacle, the music, the combat, the action, the back and forth of it all, the 3 different fights. Like, technically Frieren and Aura's fight was kind of teased, and I feel like that's going to be kind of fully expressed in the next episode, since the threat at the main city area has been taken care of at this point. But FERN against LUGNER, and then Stark against Linny was such a cool spectacle, because first things first, straight up, I'm gonna come out and say it, I underestimated these two. Straight up. I kind of felt like they were still in their rookie phases, right? They're both humans, right? Frieren is the only one that I can expect. I don't have to worry about her. I don't even have to think about her in terms of, like, her being able to deal with anything, be it monsters, demons, other humans. I feel like I'm going to have to start worrying about her when we get to other elves that might be on the same level as her, and therefore will be a same level of threat. You know, because we haven't seen any elves outside of her. She hasn't seen one in the last 400 years. So I feel like Frieren's threat level will either be will either be a demon that we haven't seen yet, or it'll be something, because, like, Aura is kind of like a return to form for Frieren. Like, Frieren's just like, oh, it's you again. We dealt with you in the past, but I could have dealt with you by myself even now. Granted, now things are a little bit different. She's a bit more refined, right? She's not just freaking firing off like abilities and spells and stuff like that, because, you know, she had that little flashback moment, which I really appreciated with seeing Himmel in the squad, because I don't think we got a Himmel flashback in the last episode. We did get a Frieren and Flame flashbacks, which is technically a flashback of the past, but it wasn't, you know, Himmel, the hero, and his party, which was a first. And, you know, she kind of had a little bit of a life lesson there, or a little bit of a lesson that she's learning even now, which is like, hey, I can't just fire off my spells and be super flashy. I have to be conservative. I have to kind of not, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't have to show off, essentially. And one thing that rewatching the episode really kind of hit me a lot harder was how Aura looks at Frieren and she's like, oh, why do you feel like you don't have to do that anymore? And she's like, why? She's like, well, because Himmel's dead. Like, completely disregarding the quality of life, and like completely disregarding the quality that he brought to Frieren's life, and that she chooses to carry that lesson even after he's gone. And she's like, oh, well, he's dead now, so you can just kind of not care whatever he had to say. You know what I mean? Kind of fucked up. And so, like, I feel like that's why Frieren doubled down and was like, you know what? you're making this really easy for me. Now I can just kill you and not worry about my conscience or the consequences, or like I don't have to feel anything for you, especially since you're a monster, to say something like that. You know what I mean? To like really look down on her friends and the people that she shared her life with. Again, another bittersweet moment. I liked how the episode set up with Graf kind of giving us a little bit of a crash course on the lore. I really appreciate when they're like, because like a lot of shows do this, and it's just really nice. I love the visual aid that's given with the information that we're learning about. Obviously, it's obviously worth to show, not tell. But I like being told something while being able to see something that kind of correlates to it. So seeing Graf talk about the spell of, and like the scale of obedience and the magic of one of the 7 sages of destruction, one of the 7 demon sages of destruction with Aura, and that correlating to his son. He had the sword, he had the necklace. Obviously, it's from Graf's perspective, and so the closest correlation to that would be the war that his son died in, and the only thing that he had left of it when everything was said and done was the sword that we saw when we first got here. And I love how they kind of tied that in. I actually noticed the necklace long before like that sequence even came up, so I was just kind of like scoping out and just paying attention to the scene, and it's just really nice. And I assume that that's how it kind of played out. You have this demon, one of the 7 sages of the Demon King, who has, I can't imagine how much aura she has. Clearly not as much, or not aura, but mana. I don't know how much mana she has. Clearly not as much as Frieren, but enough to be taken. Like, obviously she's running circles around the humans. And I assume this entire army of suited knights was like basically people who had fought her in the past and had died. And it's actually made even worse because she basically hostile took them over and probably used them back then and continues to use them even now, to where they're just suits of armor. And so the threat level of the demons, and just seeing this full on, like this is a step up from Qual for sure, for the 3 demons that we got in this episode especially. But this was a massive step up for the demons, right? Seeing the blood bending magic, right? The blood manipulation of Lugner, seeing the manipulation and like the puppetry of one of the 7 sages with Aura. And I actually really loved, let me know in the comments which fight you guys enjoyed the most of this episode. Did you guys enjoy the light skirmish with Frieren? Did you enjoy FERN, or did you enjoy Stark? I think my favorite fight was actually Stark versus Linny. Especially because I love hand-to-hand combat or anything closely associated that. Melee, swords and swords, axes and axes, like just close range combat with a lot of choreography. Are probably always going to be my favorite type of fights. I'm also like a warrior class at heart, right? A tank warrior class. Like if there's like a class on an offensive base, I tend to go for those. I enjoy strength that comes from the self and comes from the body and comes from training, fighting, and all of that stuff. I always have been. I talked a lot about that in the first couple of episodes, but yeah, I think the animation was really great for Linny in particular. The weight of like the twists with the axe, the throwing, right? Like the speed and the level of like power and energy that went into like attacking with the spear, throwing the dagger. Like it just looked really, really great. Like the animation was fire. Like for FERN too, like FERN's just shooting all of these blasts, and I feel like she's just as ferocious and just as deadly as Frieren, but she also has like a level to her where it's just like, I feel like she could even surpass Frieren in certain aspects. Like she's just firing off on all cylinders. Like she's like this rapid fire mage who's just like, you're actually able to shoot beams and you're actually able to shoot Zoltrak attacks off much faster than Frieren is, which kind of puts you in a league all your own. And that war of attrition didn't really last long with this demon. So I completely and utterly underestimated these 2 characters, thinking that they needed Frieren's protection, or at the very least, they needed to work together to have some type of equal ground with one of the demons. Like in the last episode, Linny didn't do anything. So when you looked at last episode, or how I approached last episode was, well, if Linny got into the mix, then things would have been bad for them because that would have been a 2v2. This section, like last week, was a 2v1, where they got the drop on Lugner, and it was pretty much 2 of them versus 1 of him. And then everyone just kind of got separated. It was a 1v1 for each of them, and the fact that they both came out on top was awesome. I love the copycat ability, like I mentioned during the reaction. I think that's a pretty cool, like, you just look at the person and you immediately copy their weapon and their technique wholesale. And obviously, you're not that person. You don't have their authenticity. You don't have the strength that goes behind their technique. It's just empty techniques. And it's very clear that, you know, Stark learned that and clocked her for it, because he was like, yo, if you were my master, I'd be dead, but you're not my master, so I could take the hit. And as long as I don't die, it's a done deal. So loved all of the fight sequences. I think the animation was spectacular. The music really complimented and went a long way. And I was just floored by seeing all of this shit back to back to back. I actually was shocked that we, like, as the episode ended, I couldn't believe it. I was like, bro, where did the time go? I was so locked in. I was so immersed. It was such a good session. And so essentially there's two of these girls now. There's two of them. Frieren actually made a mini-me copy of herself in human form, taught her everything she knows, and she still has the rest of her life to level up and be far more, far more deadly of a character now, to where now, looking at the situation now, it completely changes my perception of who they're like, I don't think FERN is beneath any challenge now. The only challenge that I think she might potentially have a struggle with is another mage like FERN. But in terms of demons and demon magic and humans and human magic, I feel like now I'm like, okay, FERN, you actually showed me your true, like, I don't even know if it's her true power, but she showed me a power scaling level of her that I'm like, okay, this changes things. Like, I have to stop looking at her as this cutie pie that needs to be protected, because she looks like, thank God she's on our side, basically, you know, thank God that she's not turning her staff on humanity. And then Stark is the same way. I feel like he doesn't know his own strength sometimes. And I love the flashback that we got with Ison, seeing him again, kind of giving him that life lesson of, as long as you keep getting up, the true war of attrition was with him. It's like, as long as you keep getting up and you play this mental game, he kind of got the drop on this demon who, and both of them looked down on them, right? He was like, even FERN was like, oh, you still look down on us and you don't see anyone other than Frieren as a threat. And you didn't even end up dying from her, which is crazy. So I love how there's like a Frieren 2.0, and I love how we got the little life lesson with Ison and Stark, and just seeing both of them. You know, I feel a little bit bad, or I feel a bit more protective of Stark, because again, he doesn't have magic, and so it's a magic world. You know what I mean? Unless there's another person that's like him, that's very melee oriented, like the demon. That was a nice matchup between the two of them. I feel like if she copied, I don't know if she'd be able to copy like a magic user. Like, would she be able to copy like Frieren, for example? Because I feel like you can't copy magic knowledge, but you can copy fighting techniques as long as you are physically able to accommodate for those techniques and stuff like that, you know? So yeah, loved both instances, both fights. Like I said, I think Stark and Linny was my favorite one, especially for the animation portion of things. I think they're setting up something with Frieren and Aura for next episode, primarily, and they've been doing this a lot too, kind of giving us like a Chekhov's gun. They give us something in one episode, and then in a couple of episodes, or even the next episode, they kind of cash in on it, or they kind of reinforce or give kind of like a payoff, if you will. And that was like learning about the scale of obedience. So I said to myself, I was like, I don't think Aura would use her scale of obedience on someone if she knew they had more mana than her or more willpower than her. But the thing is, I feel like, kind of like Lugner, I'm like, is she that arrogant to think that her powers or her spell would judge unfairly in her favor just because she's the owner of the scale? You know what I mean? Like, Graf even said, like, the scale judges fairly. And so regardless of how she feels, regardless of how she wants to beat Frieren, I think the scale, if put in that situation, would tell her, hey, Frieren is actually stronger than you, and whoever wins that power scale has complete control of the other person. So I think they're going to pull something off. And Frieren also did that too, where she used her mana to dispel the controlling effect that was placed on the other suits of armor that were that Aura was controlling. So Frieren's mana is already able to overwrite Aura's spell on its own, like for controlling. So I feel like if there's like this scale clash between the two of them, Frieren is gonna win. Like, no doubt. Frieren's gonna win. She's gonna have complete control over Aura, and then what? You know what I mean? She's gonna be like, oh, surrender, or something like that. Or maybe she'll just be like, hey, just stand there real quick and just completely like blast her with a Zoltrok attack. Like, basically make it so she's not a threat, and then wipe her out, and then move on. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's so crazy too how Linny was like a little demon child and like copied Ison from the past and then pocketed his technique until now, and realizing, oh, you know, I noticed your technique was similar to the technique of someone that I've been pocketing and have just been holding it for a rainy day. She's like on some Villager Smash Brothers type shit, just kind of grabs your technique and then waits to use it at a later point in time. But yeah, again, that's the level and complexity of demon magic, which is like so like I think the aspect of demon magic is so different than human magic, or the human magic that we've seen thus far. Like, a lot of the demon magic that we've seen is a lot about manipulation and deception, like turning your memories against you, turning your emotions against you, and basically having the ability to to control your autonomy and stuff like that. It's like a very nasty, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just a level of like maliciousness to it just really breaks to the heart of like your senses and just kind of deteriorates any aspect of sense of self. And so I don't know if there's just like I don't know if there's like a theme when it comes to demon magic, but demon magic just seems a bit more nefarious. Human magic is really, from what we've seen at least, human magic just comes down to protecting oneself, right? Shields and demon-specific killing spells to protect. And obviously, I feel like there's just a neutral good. I think there's just a neutral good to human magic, where there's just a neutral bad or a neutral negative to demon magic, especially with how it's used. But overall, this was a spectacular episode. I really enjoyed it. I hate that it was so short. Like, I feel like when it comes to a lot of action, it's just really about the moments that are passing you by. And so maybe I feel like it's because there was so much action, there wasn't a lot of stopping points to like talk and commentate on certain things. But I also feel like I was expecting them to switch back to Frieren and Aura, and then it didn't. And then that, because it didn't, I didn't realize how locked in we were with FERN and Stark until we saw this scene, and then the episode ended. So I'm very eager and excited to see how this plays out. I guess this is going to be like a mini 3-part episode sequence. I'm expecting Aura to be taken care of next episode. So this entire settlement area is going to kind of pass us by in about 3 episodes, which is nice. We're getting a lot of world building. We're getting a lot of lore and understanding of the demons, of the elves, about these characters and like their power scaling, right, with FERN and Stark in particular, because the journey is a long ways off from being finished from where we are now. And I think giving us a sense of their power scaling now will help us kind of determine like how much more threatening things can potentially get in the future with other demons, other humans, or potentially other elves that we see. But yeah, I was blown away by FERN. Stark leveled up a lot in my eyes. I really appreciated his, how, you know, basically seeing him kind of learning things from Ison after all of this time. And things are not done yet with Frieren and Aura for the next episode. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you all so much for watching and supporting these videos on YouTube, and especially early access on Patreon. But that is everything from me. I will see you guys all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and until then, take care.